Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today I want to talk to you about deciding what you want. Now, you may hear that and think, Lovey, I already know what I want. I want my specific person. And I hear you, right? I mean, it feels like we do know exactly what we want. And maybe you've done some work around this, and so you have clarity. And you know, this is what I want exactly. And that's great. That's wonderful. You keep doing that. But sometimes I find that people really only have a vague idea of what they want, and they're trying to manifest from that place. And it's not that you can't. I truly believe that nothing is impossible. And so you can really manifest from any place, given the right, sort of combination of things happening in your internal world. However, depending on what you believe about manifesting and how it works. Now, but I find that a really powerful tool in manifesting is just deciding exactly what you want. Making a decision about this is it. This is the thing. And the thing is we're deciding stuff like that every single day, right? There's always new desires like popping off in our internal world, right? Inside of ourselves. Like we're exposed to some stimulus outside of ourselves that, that we've attracted into our life to let us know, like, hey, I really want to have that experience. So like recently I came across the name of a spa in North Carolina that I really want to go to. Like as soon as I saw the article about it, I was like, oh, I really want to go there. I really want to have that experience. And so that was a new desire. I didn't know that it existed. I didn't know I wanted to go there until I saw it. And then I knew that I wanted to go there. And so now that's something I'm manifesting. And so it's the same for you. But sometimes in our bigger desires, like a specific person, like a dream job, like financial freedom, we don't have clarity, and sometimes we don't have clarity on purpose. We're not letting ourselves fully do this first step of getting clarity, of knowing exactly what we want, because we're afraid we're not going to get it. And we don't want to create our own disappointment in our own internal world with something that we could avoid by just not deciding, by just not exploring in detail exactly what we want. But I want to encourage you to try. I want to encourage you to just make a decision about what you want, because you can have it. And even if it takes a lot of learning. So this is what I want you to do right now. And this is what I do for myself. There's this moment, even when I'm saying this, in the big dreams that I have, there's this moment, the things I haven't manifested yet. And I've manifested a lot of stuff. So I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of belief in my manifesting process. But there are still things that feel really big, that feel like maybe even I have this fear. And so what I do for myself is I say, this first step in your internal world where you're deciding what you want, you can't get to where you want if you don't do it. So you have to do this work. And I'm calling it work, and it doesn't seem like deciding exactly what you want, really exploring the nuances of the relationship with your specific person, really exploring, the details of your dream life should be work, but it is. I mean, it's fun work, I think, but it's still work. You still have to do it. And so because the clearer you are, the closer you can get to getting exactly what you want, because you know what it is. And so I just wanted to, encourage you to just do this work. And when I stopped myself, I went on a little tangent. So when I'm doing this, and I'm telling you now, I can even feel a little bit of fear coming up inside of my chest about my big dreams and about how it's easier to just put off doing this part. And I get that. I really do. I mean, because I'm feeling it myself even saying this to you. even making this episode today. And so I really understand the fear that can come with it. And so to soothe that, right? Remember, self-soothing is an incredibly large part of manifesting. Talking to yourself, loving yourself, going in your own internal world with yourself to figure things out is a huge part of this. It's really what we're teaching ourselves to do. And so what I do for myself when that comes up is I just encourage myself, like, I can do this. And even if, so then I think you have to face that fear, right? That fear of, what if I don't get it? What if I don't get it? And the thing is, this is how I handle that. I say, then that's fine. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And telling myself that that's fine, I'll be okay, it allows me to continue to do the work of exploring the details of what I want, of my own desires. So if you don't have that fear rise up inside of you, then great, just continue on. If you do, if you're like me and some of your bigger desires, you have this fear rise up and you have to soothe it. And the idea of saying, like, it's okay if I don't get it, is just, it makes you angry. It makes you just disappointed even now before anything's even happened. I want you to think about it this way. You already don't have it in this moment, and you're good. You're worthy and loved, and you can make your life work. You absolutely can. So doing this and going towards your desire isn't going to take you further away from it than sitting and just not making a decision. And then there's no path forward, right? There's no way to get it, right? There's that Wayne Gretzky, I'm having a hard time saying his name, quote about, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Well, in manifesting, getting clarity is taking the shot. That's the very first step in taking the shot. And so really learning how to soothe your fear around, like, doing the work of getting clarity is a key tool to have in your toolbox for manifesting exactly what you want. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for listening, and may you manifest exactly what you want.